We're here in Seattle. Mariners won, Astros won. Gabe Spear pumps in a strike to Isak, and it's 0-1 on him.
Find yourself laughing your brains out 1 minute, and then he would be later in the day competing his brains out on the field. He was a great teammate. He will be missed.
Isak waves and misses a slider in the dirt, and it's quickly 0-2 on him.
New pitcher for the Mariners here in this 1-1 game in the 8th.
Gabe Spear tried to make that 5th appearance earlier in this series, wasn't able to, and Dan Wilson, manager of the Mariners, sent him back to the bullpen. But here he is making the appearance. It'll be his 5th. He's yet to allow an earned run, and that whip at 2.27 is minuscule.
0-2 pitch. Isak fouls it off, and he stays alive. Isak's 1 for 3 tonight with a single.
On the RBI triple by Cam Smith. Mariners answer with one of their own in the 7th inning. A single stolen base.
And Isak ropes this one high and deep into left. Randy's at the warning track, and he makes the catch.
Number 1.
And now Jordan to the plate to face Gabe Spear.
Jordan's been on base his last 2 times up with a walk and a single.
Lefty-lefty matchup. Spear delivers to Jordan and pumps in a strike.
6 for a strike on 1.
0-1. A sinker at 96 at the bottom of the zone. Let's see what Spear throws here. Jordan fouls that one off, and it's quickly 0-2 on him.
Spear 9 times has just 1 hit. He has walked a couple of times.
That fastball's up high, and it's 1-2 now.
Jordan's 1 hit against Spear is a home run. Came the first time they matched up in 2019.
1-2 pitch. Jordan hits this one right to Bliss. He fires over to first, and they get the out. Bliss ended up falling after making the play, and Rayleigh had to be outstretched to make the catch. As Bliss backhands it, throws it, immediately falls, and Rayleigh has to stretch out to make the play. 2 gone to the top of the 8th.
Now Christian Walker will bat.
And Christian Walker, the first baseman, to the plate. He's 0 for 3 tonight, 2 strikeouts and grounded into a double play. Walker fouls off the first pitch.
Astros don't have any bullpen action going, so it will be Brian King back out there for the bottom half of the 8th. They'll face 2, 3, and 4 in the Mariners lineup. Julio Rodriguez.
0-1 pitch. Misses outside, and the count is all tied at 1. Walker hits this one high to center. Julio back at the warning track to make the catch. And that'll end the top of the 8th. We'll be right back from Seattle. All tied at 1. Another low-scoring affair in Seattle. Mariners fans getting accustomed to it. Welcome back to T-Mobile Park. Bottom of the 8th. Mariners and Astros all tied at 1. Brian King stays out there, and he's going to face Julio to start.
And they were back-to-back hitters to start this game.
Julio takes a fastball in the zone for a strike. 0-1. Julio's got a walk and a stolen base, but he's also 0 for 2. And he rips that one foul. That's quickly 0-2 on him again.
got their run on an RBI triple by Cam Smith. Mariners got their run on an RBI single by Luke Rayleigh. Two right fielders.
Fastball high and outside for ball one.
King ahead of Julio 1-2. Didn't miss by
That
much.
fastball
Julio
is
held up.
just up high, and the count is all tied at 2. Julio rips that one foul,
Still warming up in the Astros bullpen.
and he'll see
The
another.
Mariners have their closer warming up on just
As the Astros and Mariners have some movement in the bullpen. Mariners have Andres Munoz warming up to come in for the top of the ninth. Here's the 2-2 pitch. And Julio chops this one right to Pena. He'll fire over to Walker at first for the first out of the bottom of the 8th.
This week on Astros Bases Loaded, Cam Smith tells us where he gets his passion for baseball. We talk to the guys about their golf game and give you the details on the updated train as well as the new center field mural. All that and more on Astros Bases Loaded. That's tonight after the postgame show.
Now batting for the Mariners, it's Cal Raleigh. Swing and a miss at the outside fastball, strike one.
Cal has grounded out and also struck out a couple of times. Both strikeouts.
Cal Raleigh fouls that one off the umpire, and it's 0-2.
King for the second straight hitter gets ahead 0-2.
The 0-2 delivery. That fastball misses outside for ball one.
King has faced
Cal Raleigh's 0 for 3 tonight with a strikeout in the 6th inning.
14 at-bats from right-hand hitters. Only 2
Here's the
from
pitch.
left-handers.
Cal goes after that one. It's in the right center field for a base hit. It's going to roll all the way to the wall. Raleigh around first. He's going to dig to second. The throw in from Cam is late, and Cal Raleigh has a double.
It's a pretty good swing and a tough pitch off the outside edge.
That was the first hit allowed by King this season. After 5 no-hit innings to start the year.
Now Randy at the plate for the Mariners as he takes an inside slider for ball one. One gone.
Rosarena 1 for 3 with an
The
infield.
go-ahead run in scoring position. Big spot here for Randy
Could have been a
as that
strike.
slider just misses inside. And it's 2-0. Randy chants fill the stadium. Way up high for ball 3.
3-0 the count to a Rosarena.
And it seems like T-Mobile Park's Randy chants got to Brian King on that pitch. Here's the 3-0. Taken for a strike. 3-1. Raleigh at second, getting a little lead off. King looks back, then fires, and Randy pops this one high and back into the seats. And the count is full. More Randy chants.
Got him.
Swing and a miss, strike 3. He was up 3-0 in the count and ends up striking out. And a fastball blown by him at 92. 2 gone in the bottom of the 8th.
Get a Rosarena to miss. Big swing.
2 Mitch Garver bats with 2
Mitch
outs.
Garver will bat for the Mariners. And he takes a slider just below the zone for ball 1.
Garver was the one that singled and scored that time.
Mitch Garver got hit by a pitch, hit a single, stole a bag, and scored the only run tonight for the Mariners. He's 1 for 2, as he takes a slider for a strike, and the count is all tied at 1.
Get through the 8th as well.
Just inside for ball 2.
Brian Abreu has pitched a couple of games in a row, so he might not be available tonight. That's probably why you're seeing Gusto warming up in this inning.
The 2-1 offering. Garver swings and misses a fastball over the heart of the plate. And it's 2-2.
It's kind of a hitter's paradise, too, right down the middle.
Garver has never faced Brian King before.
Garver swings and misses at a slider inside, and he goes down swinging. What an inning from Brian King. And we head to the 9th, all tied at 1 at T-Mobile Park. We're here in T-Mobile Park to begin the 9th inning. Astros, Mariners locked into a close one. They're all tied at 1. Let's see what will happen here in T-Mobile Park, known for its close, low-scoring games, especially with recent times with these Mariners. New pitcher for Seattle. It is Carlos Vargas. Wow. It's not Andres Munoz. It's Carlos Vargas. He gave up a walk-off to Willie Adames in the Giants series. Let's see if he can have a dominant outing against these Astros. His first batter that he'll face is Jeremy Pena. And he misses with a slider down, and it's 1-0.
From Arizona this offseason, Jeremy Pena, the first batter he faces. 1-1 game in the 9th, and Pena
A sinker in the dirt, and it's quickly 2-0 in Pena's favor.
Warming up in the Astros pen.
Josh Hader warming up in the Astros bullpen.
Across a run or two here in the 9th and put him in a safe situation.
Here's the 2-0 pitch, and he misses again. It's quickly 3-0.
Jerry's forced to throw at least 2 strikes in this at-bat. One to get to 3-1 and one in that 3-1 count that hopefully he can handle.
That one's in the zone for a strike, and it's 3-1.
Someone's got a good visual on it. Pick one, shoot
Good
out.
sinker by Vargas,
And he hustle himself into scoring position, if not more.
as Pena calls timeout. Now the 3-1 pitch drops in for a strike, and the count is full.
Vargas has allowed 9 hits this season in his 6 2/3 innings.
Pena strikes out with a sinker that blew by him at 97. What a pitch by Vargas.
This season at MLB
And what a comeback in that at-bat.
Jerseys, caps, hoodies, t-shirts, and more. Visit MLB
Now up to bat for the Stros.
Astros gear.
We got
Brendan Rodgers trying to extend
Brendan
a
Rodgers.
hitting streak 0 for 3, ground out in a couple
as
of
Vargas
strikes. He takes 9
plants
6.
one at the top of the zone for strike 1. Brendan Rodgers, the former Rocky in his first season with the Astros, having a decent start. Not a great night tonight. He's 0 for 3 with a strikeout on the 7th. And he chops one right to JP. He'll fire over the first. 2 gone at the top of the 9th. Gainer will come up to the plate for Houston. As what could be the Astros' last hitter of the night. He's 0 for 2 with a walk and a run.
By Cam Smith.
That cutter misses outside and down, and it's 1-0.
For 2 and a walk tonight.
Cutter misses away again. Quickly 2-0 in Yaner's favor.
Mariners have their 6, 7, and 8 hitters due up in the bottom of the inning.
Yaner hits that one up the middle. Bliss fires it over in time. And the Astros go down 1-2-3. We head to the bottom of the ninth, where the Mariners presumably will face Josh Hader and try and walk it off. Josh Hader will come in for the Astros to try and send this to extra innings here as we begin the bottom of the ninth. Astros Mariners all tied at 1. Hader will come in to try and send this one to extras. Let's see if he can do it. 5 innings so far this year. ERA at 1.80. 6 strikeouts. Over 2 walks on the year. And 3 for 3 on save opportunities. As the first batter that Josh Hader will see is Dominic Canzone. Lefty-lefty matchup here to begin. And that slider drops in for a strike, 0-1.
Surprising that we don't see him here in the ninth inning either.
Yeah, maybe it's a bigger issue than we think with that left side hurting him, not enabling him to go up there and take a
0-1 offering. Swing and a miss. A slider just below the zone. Quickly, 0-2 on Canzone.
You figured their leading RBI guy would be in the game.
Canzone in his career against lefties is 5 for 37 with 14 strikeouts, a 135 hitter, and facing one of the nastier lefties in the league.
0-2 pitch. Canzone holds off on that slider. It's ball 1.
So Hader trying to keep the game tied and send
calls
us into
time.
extra innings. For the second time on this road trip.
That slider misses away. And the count is all tied at 2.
Hader now outing Sunday in addition to throwing 2 innings had to throw.
2-2 pitch. Got him looking. That slider is really good from Josh Hader. A lot of movement, really electric. And Canzone freezes up and takes it for a strike. 1 gone in the bottom of the ninth. He knew it too.
Now it's Luke Raley's turn as a lefty against.
And now Luke Raley, another lefty, will face Josh Hader. That's a sinker at the bottom of the zone for a strike. 0-1 quickly on Raley. Luke Raley hit an RBI single, the Mariners' only run tonight. And he's got 2 stolen bases. Raley grounds that ball right to Christian Walker. He stumbles, but he beats out Raley to record the second out of the bottom of the ninth. Now the Mariners are down to their final out in regulation.
Sneak in there for Luke Raley. Got down and kind of smothered that one.
And the last batter in regulation for the Mariners will be Ryan Bliss. At least presumably. As he's 1 for 3 tonight with a double. Bliss took that first one for a strike at the bottom of the zone. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Check swing. Bliss didn't go.
And Walker more apt to take
And it's
the
1-1.
ball himself to the bag. Ryan Bliss bats with a 1-1 count.
The 1-1 delivery. Bliss swings and misses at the sinker. Painted at the edge of the zone. And it's 1-2.
Prior to tonight against Hader, they've all been fastballs. Hader gets ahead 1-2.
1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And we're going to extra innings in Seattle. All tied at 1. Bliss could not catch up to the fastball. And Josh Hader with a dominant inning. We head to extras in Seattle. New pitcher for the Mariners to begin the 10th. It's their closer, Andres Munoz, to try and send us to the bottom of the 10th. Still tied at 1. Munoz, 5 innings, hasn't gave up a run this year. 8 strikeouts to 4 walks. And he'll face pinch hitter Victor Caratini and takes a slider that was outside but called a strike.
It's been a pitcher-friendly strike zone tonight for Carlos Torres.
Chas McCormick is the placement runner at second. Swing and a miss at the low slider. Strike 2. Got him to chase. He was fooled.
Caratini hitting for Cam Smith. Jake Myers will be due up after that. Then Jose Altuve.
Caratini calls timeout. As Caratini's pinch hitting for Cam, so it looks like McCormick will go in for the bottom of the 10th and right. 0-2 pitch. Got him. Fastball blown by him at 97, and Caratini goes down swinging. 1 gone. And now up to bat for Houston, Jake Myers.
Jake 2 for 3 tonight. He hit a fly ball to right for the only time he was retired. It was a ball down the line, and Luke really made the catch. Cam Smith.
Jake Myers was fooled on that slider that was in the dirt, and it's 0-1.
Would have been an interesting decision had he decided to run home and then
Myers is 2 for 3, 2 singles and a stolen base.
Astros haven't threatened since that flyout. Astros.
McCormick at second. 1 gone. The 0-1 offering for Munoz.
0 for 5 with 3 strikeouts against Munoz.
And that's a high fly ball coming in. Is Canzone to make the play. 2 outs to the top of the 10th.
It'll be up to Jose Altuve here in the 10th inning for the Astros to get a run. Nobody warming in the Astros pen. It looks like they're going to want Josh Hader to go 2 innings again tonight. Something he did 4 times last year.
Up to bat for the Astros. Their leadoff man. Their new left fielder. But franchise legend, Jose Altuve.
Altuve 2 for 8 in his
He's 0 for 4 tonight. Doesn't have a good track record against Munoz. And he hits that one up the middle. Oh, it hits the bag. Bliss couldn't make the play. He fell down.
saves a run.
And McCormick will be at third. Altuve will be at first. And this is going to be an infield hit for Jose Altuve. As he hit it right up the middle, and it goes off the bag. Bliss makes a nice catch to save a run. But what looked to be a routine play was messed up because of the base. And how the Astros get an extra lifeline.
We've seen some great defense from the Mariners in this series, the first couple games of this series.
2 outs, runners at the corners. Isak up to bat for Houston. And Munoz pumps in a high sinker for ball 1. Isak's 1 for 4 tonight with a single.
There goes Altuve, pitch up.
And Altuve's gonna take second.
Altuve will pick up his 3rd stolen base of the season.
As Munoz misses on that last pitch. It's 2-0 on Isak. So 2 in scoring position, 2 out in the top of the 10th. Really big spot here for Munoz. And Isak rips that one to left. Randy's right there, and it goes right to him. That'll end the top of the 10th. The Astros threaten, but cannot score. And Seattle will head to the bottom of the 10th and try and walk it off against Josh Hader, who will go 2 innings tonight. Bottom of the 10th, JP up to face Hader to begin the bottom of the 10th. Game all tied at 1. Mariners have a chance to walk it off. As JP bunted that one foul, he's 0 for 2 tonight with a walk. He is the 9-hitter for the Mariners. Ryan Bliss is the placement runner at second. JP showing bunt. He takes a sinker just outside for ball 1. The 1-1 offering. JP shows bunt again and takes a sinker inside for strike 2.
Crawford didn't like
He calls timeout.
Inside part of the plate.
Yeah, it definitely did. This is location, but it did grab an edge.
Crawford has faced Hader twice and struck out both times in his career against Josh.
1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Sinker blown right by him at 95. And Hader records the K. JP retired. 1 gone. Bottom of the 10th. Now the Mariners order flips over to the top. Coming up to the plate for Seattle. It's Dylan Moore. And Moore fouls that one back. 0-1.
We mentioned Hader 4 times last year, pitched 2 innings. Never has he done it in back-to-back outings as an Astro.
Dylan Moore's 0 for 4 tonight with a strikeout back in the 7th. Let's see what he can do here. 0-1 pitch. Up high for ball 1. As this is the first righty that Josh Hader will have to face this inning. Second overall as he had to face Ryan Bliss in the 9th, and he struck him out. Hader looks at second. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss and a slider in the dirt. 1-2.
16 strikeouts in this game for the Astros pitchers against these Mariners.
Hader looks at second. Now fires the 1-2. And Moore swings and misses at the high sinker. 2 gone. 2 strikeouts for Hader so far this inning. And this will be the last hitter, presumably, for Seattle. As they're down to their last out in the bottom of the 10th. And it's Julio, another righty.
Julio Rodriguez, the hitter.
Here's Hader. Julio fouls that one back. It's 0-1.
Julio has faced Hader 4 times, and he has by far the most success of all the Mariners against Josh. He's 3 for 4. Last time they matched up, September of last year, Hader did pick up a strikeout with a slider.
0-1 delivery. Inside for ball 1. Count all tied up at 1. Bliss at second. 2 outs to the bottom of the 10th. Here's the 1-1. Julio hits that one into right and right to Chas McCormick. We head to the 11th. What a dominant performance by Josh Hader. And he sends this one to the 11th. We're in for a ball game here in Seattle. We return to T-Mobile Park to begin the top of the 11th. All tied still at 1. As the Mariners make a pitching change. And it's Jesse Hine.
9 games already.
To replace Andres Munoz to begin the 11th.
Since we've seen Jesse Hahn making an appearance back in the big leagues.
This is his second appearance this season.
Games to bring 8 innings.
And
ERA.
he's going to be put into a big spot here, facing Jordan. And a pinch runner at second base for Houston is Mauricio Dubon. And it looks like this will be the end of Isak's night. Jordan is intentionally walked. So let's see Now what will happen here, as Jordan's at first, Dubon's at second. The inning-ending triple play is in effect here for the Mariners. Christian Walker will be the first batter that Jesse Hahn faces. And Walker immediately hits a ground ball. Hahn's going to have to fire it to first. That's their only play. And he gets the out there. But Walker does his job. He moves the runners up. Dubon's at third. Jordan's at second. One gone in the top of the 11th after one pitch.
Sacrificial at bat to move the runners up 90 feet.
And now up to bat for the Astros, Jeremy Pena.
So now Hahn will face Jeremy Pena with the infield drawn in.
And are they intentionally walking Jeremy Pena? They indeed are. To load the bases, Jeremy Pena is intentionally walked. Bases are loaded with one out, and I believe the Mariners are doing that to set up the double play. This is a very interesting strategy here. Brendan Rodgers to the plate for Houston. He's 0 for 4 with a ground out in his last at-bat in the ninth. Here we go. Hahn fires to Rodgers. That sweeper misses high and outside, ball one.
First pitch up, 1-0.
Dubon at third, Jordan at second, Pena at first, with the bases juiced.
On third, Alvarez on second, Pena on first.
Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike one.
Swing and a miss, 1-1.
Compromise on that two-seam fastball.
Didn't see him in the big leagues for the last 3 years. A couple of injury-plagued seasons, and then last year in the minors for him.
1-1 delivery that nearly gets Brendan Rodgers.
Almost a go-ahead run.
Ball two. Gotta be careful there, as if Rodgers did get hit with that baseball, Houston would take the lead.
2-1.
The 2-1 offering.
That one is
Just below the zone, and it's 3-1. And if Jesse Hahn throws a ball here, the Astros have the lead. As warming up in the pen for Houston, it's Gusto.
It's something you can drive to the outfield.
Big pitch here. Pitch. Hahn fires. Rodgers grounds that one. It's going to be a play at third. They throw him the first double play to end the inning. Dylan Moore, the Gold Glover last year, bobbled the ball, made the play at third, threw a ridiculous throw over to first to complete the double play. What a play by the Gold Glover last year, Dylan Moore, to bobble the hot shot and throw the ball like this. Wow! That's why he got the Gold Glove last year. Great defense by him. We head to the bottom of the 11th. Welcome to T-Mobile Park, bottom of the 11th. New pitcher for the Astros, Ryan Gusto. He's pitched in 7 innings with an ERA at 1.29 and has 9 strikeouts to only 1 walk this year.
Did some heavy lifting as he pitched 3 innings.
Let's see if he can send this game to the 12th inning. Mariners fans getting loud, knowing their team has a chance for a walk-off win. Julio at second is the placement runner. Cal Raleigh is the batter for the Mariners. And Ryan Gusto steps off. Or actually, no, it's a pitch comm issue. As Victor Caratini is coming out to the plate to talk with Ryan Gusto and help rectify the issue. Cal Raleigh, known clutch hitter before. He's hit walk-off grand slams in the past. He knows what to do in these types of situations. He's not the guy you want to face in a very clutch situation.
In the 11th inning, Gusto's 4th big league appearance. Gusto does have 9 strikeouts in 7 innings, and he needs
Julio at second.
to get to extras.
First pitch to Cal Raleigh from Ryan Gusto is a strike right down the middle. 0-1.
Raleigh doubled his last time up.
Cal swings at that pitch and fouls it back. Nothing in two quickly on him.
Has stayed in the game. He's now at third base.
Mauricio Dubon replaces Isak at third.
Diaz also lifted. Zach DeZenzo remains the only Astro on the bench.
The 0-2. Raleigh fouls that one off. And we'll see another.
Mauricio Dubon has now played in 6 games.
Mariners fans can feel it. They can feel a win for their team on the horizon.
He's played 6 different positions in 6 games.
Big pitch here. That one misses outside for ball 1. I think they did that by design. Maybe to try and settle Ryan Gusto back down. Maybe I was wrong. Maybe he did miss. Not intentionally. Here we go. 1-2. That's in the dirt. That was a great stop by Caratini. And the count is all tied at 2.
Change-up spike well out in front of home plate. Caratini somehow anticipating that bounce and catches it. Got big so far right now, that play.
Cal hits this one into left. That's very deep. Altuve's got it. Julio's going to tag, and he's going to slide into third safely. One gone to the bottom of the 11th, but the game-winning run is 90 feet away for Seattle. Raleigh did his job. And now Randy up to the plate for the Mariners.
Infield in this 1-1 game in the 11th.
Julio at third. One gone to the bottom of the 11th. The first pitch from Ryan Gusto to Randy is nearly in his face. Ball 1. By the way, the Astros have their infield in.
No intention behind that. That's just a young man with a little adrenaline on the mound, letting go of a fastball.
A little stoppage here. Now the ump gets behind the catcher. And we'll restart the at-bat.
All these Mariners seeing Gusto for the first
A
time.
1-0 offering to Randy. And that one's just outside for ball 2. Julio getting the lead off at third. The 2-0 pitch to Randy. And Randy hits this one foul and back. In the seats. 2-1.
Randy likes these moments. He's come through the clutch in the past. Got a little aggressive on that.
More Randy chance. Phil, T-Mobile Park. The 2-1 pitch. Randy swings and misses at the inside sinker, and it's 2-2. If Randy strikes out, no more sac fly opportunity for the Mariners.
Control for Rosarena.
He's been late, really late. On that fastball all night, no matter who the pitcher is. Big pitch here. The 2-2. Up high, and the count is full.
Never pitched in a bigger moment than tonight. Gusto now has a full count. Steven
Stephen Okert warming up in the Astros bullpen. And Victor Caratini is going to head out to the mound. We'll have a mound visit between Caratini and Gusto.
Gusto has at least this hitter in the next. And hopefully we don't have to see anybody else beyond that. Hopefully the inning will be over. Little conference on the mound here.
And this will probably be Ryan Gusto's last inning. If Stephen Okert's warming up in the pen. That's if we go to another inning. Randy could still walk this off, or whoever's batting next for the Mariners. Here's the full count pitch. Down low for ball 4. And the Mariners have the runners at the corners with one gone at the bottom of the 11th. That was a huge walk drawn by Randy. Very good discipline. Huge. And that's what I thought was coming up next for the Mariners. Mitch Garver will come to the plate. He's 1 for 3 tonight. Single, run, stolen base, and a hit by pitch. And the Astros go over their coverages.
Pena and Rogers are going to have a little bit of a conversation to see what they're doing, who's got coverage in case the runner does take off.
And it's a righty-righty matchup between Gusto and Gardner. Here we go. First pitch to Mitch Garver. And Garver hits this one foul. And it's 0-1. Quickly on the M's catcher. Julio at third, Randy at first. One gone at the bottom of the 11th. The 0-1 delivery from Gusto. Garver takes that one for a strike, and it's quickly 0-2. This is a very big spot here. Big pitch here. Garver, ground ball, right. They're going to go 1-2 to end the inning. Ryan Gusto comes through, gets a ground ball from Garver right to Pena, gets the flip over to Rogers at second to easily get Randy out, and then Garver had no chance to beat the throw by Rogers to Walker, and we're going to see a 12th inning in Seattle. This game is never going to end. We're here in the 12th inning at T-Mobile Park. Chas McCormick, his first at-bat of the night, will come against Jesse Hahn. Brendan Rodgers is the placement runner at second for the Stros. Here we go. Hahn delivers. Oh no, he steps off to try and get Rodgers to be picked off. That was a no-go.
For his second inning of work.
Hahn fires to McCormick. McCormick shows bunt. He bunts it down, gets the runner over, and the out at first is applied. But Brendan Rodgers gets moved over to third. And the go-ahead run is now 90 feet away for the Astros. One gone, top of the 12th. Looks like they're going to bring the infield in. Dan Wilson will bring his infield in.
Back spun and checked up nicely.
And now Victor Caratini will pinch hit.
Not the pinch hitter, still in the game.
Or sorry, not pinch hit.
And then stayed in and now getting
He replaced Yainer earlier on.
Strike 1, 0-1.
And takes that one for a strike, 0-1. As this is the Astros' bottom of their order.
Came through quite often for the Astros in these late
Mariners infield in. 0-1 pitch. McCormick ground ball through for a base hit. That's going to score Brendan Rodgers. The Astros take the lead. Victor Caratini with an RBI single in the 12th. And it's 2-1 Astros.
Throughout his Astro career, walk-off homers, walk-off hits.
A clutch hit by Victor Caratini.
Just does a good job, head down.
Got it right through the gap. And there was nothing JP or Dylan Moore could do about it. Now,
Here's Jake Myers.
here's Jake Myers, and he's going to show bunt. But he doesn't. And he
By
gets
the way, Blummer, you notice
taken for a strike, 0-1. 2 for 4 with 2 singles and a stolen base is Jake Myers tonight.
People back in H-Town starting to question how many hours
And it looks like he might do a sacrifice bunt to move Caratini to second. As that sinker misses outside, the count is all tied at 1.
Since they've gone to the pitch clock and games out here starting at 6:40, we don't have many Astros after darks anymore, but we have accomplished it tonight on a Tuesday turn Wednesday. So great. Jake Myers
1-1 pitch. Myers swings and misses at a nasty sweeper. And it's 1-2 now.
Continues to warm up in the Astros pen. First 2 hitters are
As Steven Okert is warming up for the Stros. And it looks like he'll get the bottom of the 12th and try and close it out for the Houston Astros. 1-2 pitch coming to the 9-hitter, Jake Myers. Check swing. He didn't go. Count is all tied at 2.
Gusto didn't even make his high school roster for 3 seasons out here. Now he's pitching in the 11th inning in
some high leverage. And who knows? Eric Eddie out of that rotation. Gusto maybe stretched out a little bit. Might give you a chance to get in that rotation. Help that rotation.
2-2 pitch. Called strike 3. Got him looking. A sinker at 96 freezes Rogers. And there's 2 gone in the top of the 12th.
Oh yeah, Blummer. Oh, I can feel it. Let's go.
Up the bat now for the Astros. Their leadoff man, Jose Altuve. And it looks like we're going to have a stoppage.
Well, it's Astros after dark. The Astros have a 2-1 lead.
Altuve's 1 for 5 with a single and a stolen base.
And now Jose Altuve at the plate against Hahn. Altuve had his
That single came in his last at bat. Altuve takes that sinker for a strike. That's quickly 0-1. Caratini at first. 2 outs. 0-1 pitch coming to Altuve. And Altuve showed bunt. That sinker missed outside. Count is all tied at 1.
Decision in the bottom half of this inning. His leadoff runner would be Mitch Garver, who did a double play to end the inning, but you got to think he's going to pinch hit for Garver. And if he does that, or pinch run for Garver, and if he does that, you would lose the DH spot because Raleigh would have to be the catcher if the game was extended. That's a ball. Hahn tripped as he
Jesse Hahn tripped, and that's a balk. Caratini goes to second.
Catching a spike.
Lost his balance
Off the bat.
and walked. His right foot just slipped out from underneath of him, and that's going to be called every time. And Altuve's going to be intentionally walked.
So another intentional walk. That is the 3rd intentional walk here in extra innings. And Dubon is going to get an at bat here with 1st and 2nd and 2 outs.
And Mauricio Dubon will come up for the Astros. As there's
first game in Minnesota.
mound visit for the Mariners with their pitching coach.
This is his 1st at bat.
And here we go. Hahn will battle Dubon.
So Dubon trying to add to this 2-1 lead.
I'd love for Mauricio to be able to pick up this RBI. He's something positive happen for him too.
2 outs, top of the 12th. Astros with a 2-1 lead now after Caratini hit an RBI single earlier this inning. Here we go. First pitch to Dubon. Misses outside. Ball 1.
Mauricio's double his last time up. Was his 1st hit of the season in 11 at bats.
0 pitch. Dubon fouls it back.
Back 96 is
Count is all tied at 1.
Dubon knows with his buddy behind him in the on-deck circle, Yordan Alvarez, that the last thing Seattle wants to do is see Alvarez hit, so he should see some strikes here from Hahn, a 1-1 count.
1-1 offering. This is just up high for ball 2.
Pitch coach coming out before Dubon's at bat is he better attack Mauricio because that guy moving on deck can ruin things in a heartbeat.
And he has a few times to the Mariners through the years.
Yep.
See if Dubon can find a pitch that he can drive.
2-1 pitch. And Dubon fouls that back. And the count is tied at 2. This is a big spot here.
Astros lead 2-1. We're in the 12th. Our first Astros after dark game of the season.
Here we go. The 2-2 pitch to Dubon. Got him looking. Dubon falls for the nasty sweeper. And the Astros take the lead thanks to Victor Caratini. Can the Mariners respond? We head to the bottom of the 12th, where Steven Okert will try and close things for Houston. What a game.
That's infected.
Bottom of the 12th, Astros lead 2-1. Can the Mariners respond? New pitcher for Houston, Steven Okert. 3.2 innings, hasn't given up a run. 7 strikeouts to 0 walks. 1 career save. He's had a really solid start to the year in his 3 appearances. Let's see if he can get his 2nd career save. The first batter that he will face is Miles Mastrobuoni. He's pinch hitting.
Lefty on lefty.
So it's going to be lefty here. Mitch Garver is the placement runner at second. And Okert bumps in the strike. 0-1.
Mastrobuoni drew a walk as a pinch hitter in the game last night and came around to score what would be the winning run in the 8th inning. They have kept Mitch Garver in the game. He is the runner on second base here to start the inning.
2-1.
This one down.
And Mastrobuoni fouls that one off, and the count is 0-2. 2-1. Garver, the game tying run at second. Mastrobuoni, the game winning run at the plate.
Where he called home last year, striking out Willie Castro, Edward Julian, and Jose Miranda in the.
Let's see what Steven Okert can do. Big pitch here. Just outside for ball 1.
The lefty now 33 years old out of Rowland High School in Texas. Picked up a save last year, almost 1 year ago, on April the 10th against the Dodgers. That was his first big
1-2. Mastrobuoni ground ball right to Rogers. He fires over to Walker to first for the first out. Mitch Garver moves over to third, and the game tying run is 90 feet away for the Mariners with 1 gone in the bottom of the 12th.
Now the infield comes in with Luke Raley.
And the infield will come in for Luke Raley, another lefty. So it's going to be another lefty-lefty matchup for this inning. As Okert misses outside with that slider, 1-0 on Raley.
Raley 1 for 4 tonight. He's put the ball on the ground ball 4 times.
Here's the 1-0 offering. Raley thought about going after that slider, but he laid off. It's quickly 2-0 in Raley's favor as Caratini comes out to talk to Steven Okert. A fly ball in the outfield, depending on where it is in the outfield, will tie this game. But it has to be pretty deep because Mitch Garver is not the fastest human being. Raley fouls that one off the glove of Caratini. And it's 2-1. 2-1 pitch. Misses outside again. And it's 3-1.
At bat with a single the first time they matched up. Oker struck him out.
Infield is in for the Astros. 3-1 pitch. And Rayleigh fouls it off, and the count is full.
Sticking with that slider.
This is a huge spot
Big pitch
at this
coming
point in the
here.
game.
3-2, runner up third, one out,
This could be the
6-1.
biggest pitch of the night. Full count delivery. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. The slider gets past Rayleigh, and there's 2 gone in the bottom of the 12th.
Pretty impressive. Veteran left-hander.
The Mariners down to their final out, and the Astros are looking to try and strand the game-tying run 90 feet away.
18th strikeout for Astros pitching tonight. Now Caratini.
And now Caratini comes out to talk to Stephen Okert again.
Up here, there's a lefty, J.P. Crawford on deck.
Ryan Bliss is the Mariners' final hope. He's 1 for 4 with a double tonight. J.P. Crawford on deck for Seattle.
2 extra base
As
hits.
this is going to be the first righty that Okert will face tonight.
On the inner third.
And that's where the slider would be breaking into.
Yeah, unless Okert can adjust that release point, try and get it on that outside edge, backdoor it. But if you do miss, you want to miss in off the plate with that slider.
Slider misses outside. Ball 1. A base hit is what the Mariners need to extend this game. A walk is not your friend. Bliss swings and misses at a fastball in the zone, and the count is all tied at 1.
Astros getting a run in the top half of the inning on a Victor Caratini RBI base hit. Stephen Okert trying
The
to
1-1 pitch.
make that
Check swing.
pitch up to
He didn't go. That was a ball. That fastball was up. 2-1 count. Bliss swings and misses at that fastball in the exact same spot as before. He calls timeout, and the Mariners are down to their final strike.
Cut from Bliss.
one more quality pitch, and the Astros can escape Seattle.
This is for the win.
Here's the 2-2.
Got him! The Astros win in 12. Struck out Bliss with 3 pitches by him in the exact same spot. All fastballs. Victor Caratini with a huge hit to put him away. And the Astros get it done with some great pitching and defense. And timely hitting. What a win for Houston after dark. See y'all later. RBI out. Peace.